I'm here at the Kumeu show. They hold the show every year, and I say to a lot of people, the trick to being a great photographer. And so there's 3 steps to being a photographer. 1, you need to buy a camera, or you need to have a camera that you own and love. So you don't just use your phone. You can, it's okay to use your phone. And as you'll see from the photo competition, definitely there were phone entries that won. But it's all about being passionate about photography. I'm not saying you need to spend a lot of money on your camera, but you imagine if you're using your father's camera or your granddad's camera or mum's or whatever, it means a little bit more. So a camera that you know and love is very important. Step 2, you need an excuse to take photos. So the Kumeu show has a fantastic photo competition. I'm about to judge 450 entries. Very, very high caliber of photos. So step 2 is you need an excuse to take photos. So entering photo competition is a very good idea. Step 3, you need to print your photos. And the reason you need to print your photos is you need to have the satisfaction of people looking at your photos and enjoying your photos. And that's what a photo competition will do for you, and just giving away. So now I'm going to share with you judging the Kumeu show.
Yeah. Jane's president.
Jane's
Right here, and you do a wonderful thing. Liz actually does all the work. Everyone's got one of those. So I'm going to go judge the photos now, and we're going to just share a little bit of what we do on YouTube. Look at the people who make it happen. And it's raining outside. It's raining. It's raining.
About 479.
So we're going to judge 479 photos today, and I'll just share a little bit of how we do that. So there's many photos, and essentially, when you're entering a photo competition, you want a photo that jumps out, and so it wants to be simple and clean. And the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to judge it true to theme. And so I'm not going to record the whole thing, but just a little bit of an idea to see you my thought process. Okay, so how it works is first, second, third, and highly commended in the adult section, and we're just going to go through. And the theme here is buildings and structures. So I'm just going to have a look through. First thing I'm going to do is see what jumps out at me as a nice photo. This does. And I do keep in mind they are probably the same person, and if I believe so, then I'll pick one of them, but not if they're both the best. Then I will go first, second. This also jumps out. That's a great shot. Sort of derelict building, looking off into the distance. They've got nice, and that's how quickly I'll go through. And this is a very nice photo, but it's structure. My first thought is it's not a building, but it is a structure. So I am going to consider that. They're whipping them away as quick as you think about it. That is absolutely excellent. So I'm going to go, and that's what we do. We want to cull them down fairly quickly. I do like that, but we'll take it out. This one, it's just not obviously a structure. This one here is a great photo. It was a dark down in the corner. It needed to be cropped and it would have worked. And so we're going down to here. Quite like the Civic, but it's a bit dark at the top. Otherwise it would have worked. I think I'm going to bring that in. And so we're going to go first, second, third, highly commended. And that's how we judge the photos. And there's 400 to get through, so I'm just going to pause and we'll come back. This just the beautiful entrance. That's a great photo, but it's a bit out of focus. Oh.
Right.
Amazing photos. Wow. Look at the quail. Okay, and now I'm going to... I mean, that's just gorgeous, though it is flash. So I'm just going to pick up my favourites. I like this, there you can see the photographer, but it does a good shot. So I'm just picking up my favourites.
Will you write this up then?
Yeah, that's your one, so that you know.
Gee, there's so many good ones. Watch your lens flare. It's a little bit soft in these photos. It's because the lens is dirty. It's a great one of the horse, but the eye's not quite sharp. All portraits need to be perfectly sharp eyes. Look at that. Wow. That's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Here you are. Oh, I need this.
Wow.
You get this one with the names.
Animal study.
Save you writing the names.
Okay, that sounds good.
And I'll get
Do you want these?
Yes, please.
Right, so, who was first there? Sorry, I need you 1, 2 and 3, Sam.
You can take all these away.
All these away?
So these are my top picks, and I'll go left to right. I mean, look how cute. So I'm going to go on my gut instinct. That's straight. That's 1 for me. It's just so cute. So 1.
You need names to face.
The quail is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's classic Scotland.
Everyone can relate to that. Possum
You
or the
guys don't
horse.
really need the names. I do.
No,
Here we go, this is the last of them, ladies.
thank you.
That's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. First, second, third, fourth. Highly commended. These are also amazing. Okay, so this theme is sport and action. So I'm just having a look through. First thing I'll do is take out the ones I don't consider. I don't mind a bit of movement, so I'll just quickly show you through. This is a great one, even though the front of the board is out. The deck, possibly it's just out of shot. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So straight away we get my favourites. 1, 2, 3.
So the reeds on the top,
Oh, yeah.
just easier when I go to write it out.
Yeah, I usually put them dot that way, so it's usually at the bottom,
Yeah.
sort of over.
Well, it's easier when
It's
you
great,
go
but there's not enough contrast in the background. This is great, but it's just not quite in the right position. The legs extended or something. Quite good expressions on the faces. Shame it's not outdoors, just the background's a bit messy. But actually quite a good photo, I think I'd consider that. Okay, so we take those out and then we're down to our favourites and we just put those down. And so now we've got our top. We're trying to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. So this just strikes me, it's nice and clean, and I like this bit of foreground, so that's 1. I mean, barrel racing's always good, so that's a 2. This is just great expression, 3. And there's only room for 1. And I think the cheerleaders get it, just with the great expressions. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Okay, we've got flower study now, and I'm just going for simplicity and contrast. Look at the contrast. That looks nice, but on closer it's just a bit over edited. So I'm just taking out some that don't pop. I do like them, but you've got this that you've got to compete with. This is fantastic.
done.
Red's at the top, that's
So I'm picking my favourites, 2. The ones that pop, look at the contrast on this and the space around the shot. Just have a look through, out. Quite like that. There. So we're down to the simple ones. I like this, but it's just a little bit dark underneath, so they're all out. Okay, so now we're down to the favourites that pop. The theme is flowers, so it's got to be flowers and it's got to be bright. And so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you pick? I just love this. That's a 1 for me. Two. Wow. 3, and highly commended. Thank you. Important machinery, we're laying them out now. I'll wait till they're fully laid out before I start judging. Straight away the tractor pops, even though the top's cropped off. Don't mind that. It's all about the wheels. This is great. Good shot, but just a bit messy in the background. Oh, look at this. Okay, so we're looking through now. It's quite interesting. Transport or machinery. So I'm just thinking about that theme. It's a little bit soft. Keep the lens, needs to be cleaned. This is interesting, but I don't mind that actually. It's a little bit of reflection, but it's just got quite a bit of interest. This is an interesting shot. Very unusual. Quite like that. So considered. So, quite interesting. So I'm taking them out. Just not clean enough. Clean the lens. That's the tip of the year, is keep your lens really clean. Particularly phones, you need to clean them every time you use them. Some very interesting photos. A word needs to be all in or all out.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got... We're getting down now. So I need to put 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was a comment, words all in or all out?
Yeah, words all in or all out. Yeah, a lot of things are like that. They need to be fully in the photo or fully out of the photo. If you're not quite sure, the answer is no. I can't get past the tractor. I want to have a sneaky peek and see if these are from the same person, but I try not to do that. I'm judging on the photo, not how many entries. Are they allowed to enter more than once?
2.
Yeah, they are allowed to enter
Maximum
2.
2.
Yeah. Okay. I quite like this, even though it's got a weird angle.
Just got that ready to go.
Oh, so we don't want to shoot.
The 4-wheel drive really captures me. Funnily enough, so does this. I'm going to go out, out. Oh, I want to have a sneaky peek. Same person.
But if they're both better photos, then they both get...
Correct, I agree. Yeah, I think they should still win. So I'm going to go 1, 2. It's just so interesting. 3. Oh, so hard. And I'm gonna this is just quite interesting photo.
Yeah.
It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you. Reflection, so we're just looking true to theme. Have we got reflection? That's going to be very hard to capture reflection. Wow, got it. There's a good reflection. So straight away I'm going to take out the ones that I'm not happy with the reflection. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, there's very, very good considered entries. Oh, that's interesting. Bit different. Soft lens. Look at this.
Amazing, eh?
Amazing, amazing. So I took this out. It doesn't have reflection. Just a weird angle.
Is this one still in?
Definitely, thank you. Okay, so now I've taken enough out. It's time to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an incredible photo, but I just don't think it has enough reflection, but I still might consider it. It's just dog 1. It's just so good. So 1, 2.
That one out.
Yes, thank you.
That one out.
Yes, thank you.
That one out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very calm little photo. Lovely, lovely, thank you. So those are all out. It's as quick as that. You're in or you're out. Your photos need to be simple. Look at the simple composition. And am I happy with the order?
Is the other one out?
That one's out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Highly commended. Thank you very much. Here's a great one. Kumeu image. So what? I'm actually from Warkworth, but the controversy. Wow. So what's Kumeu to me? Well, what's Kumeu to if you live in Kumeu? There's a Kumeu pub.
No!
You know. For me, I'd think farming in the Kumeu show. That's Kumeu to me.
Changing, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Orcharding, with a big orcharding around.
Vineyards is all.
Vineyards, yes, that's true. Okay, so for me, I just like this. It's just a sunny little bit of Kumeu. And the Kumeu show with a car, that's great. And then we've got the vineyards, that pot. Yes, thank you. This is in, it's out, out, out. And there we go. It's just like that. So here's your Kumeu. And now what would you pick? 1, 2, 3, 4. I just love this. So 1. I think I'd almost judge them as I picked them. So there. 3 and then highly commended. Kumeu. Humorous. These are always great. Humorous is the theme. Goodness gracious. Straight away it wins. Makes you laugh, it works. Look at this. But it is controversial. A photo of someone else's art is not really, yes, well, it's, if you photograph someone's sculpture, it's not a photo that really should win unless you've taken a play on that sculpture, I think. Okay, so straight away we go here. There's my top 4. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to pick, you know, the best photo quality is here, but the best humour is Mum getting a dunk. So that's 1. Two, 3, highly commended, just like that. Fantastic. So I was just saying off camera that this is a very strong photo competition with very, very good entries. Look at this, for just a 1 photo on its own. Adults at work or play. This is probably another Kumeu photo. Bit dark, but very Hunger Games. Funny. It's a surreal photo. Adults at work or play. The boys fixing. That's quite nice. Clearing mangroves. Cool. Okay, this is a hard one. I just like that, it just pops for me. So it's in. I just like to keep it local, but that doesn't ask to be local, so that's in.
These ones out? Which
No,
one's
that's
out?
in. I'm almost there, I think.
What about that?
Just the feet out of it is a shame.
Okay. Is this one out? No.
Yes, it's out.
Okay,
And so I need 1 more. You know, I'm just going with the mangroves.
right.
Trending right now. Mangroves in or out, that's the question. Okay. Personally, I think the mangroves is more than there should be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice composition. There you go. Moving up, sunrise. So my trick for sunrise, anyone can take a photo of a sunrise. I want more than a sunrise. Like this. There's something else. There's something else. Because a sunrise is a great backdrop. Look at this. Soft lens. That's interesting. I want a little bit of interest in the photo. So straight away, it's my number one. I would, even though that I would like to see a little bit more contrast, it's a great shot. You can just feel that photo. This is beautiful. This top isn't needed, but it doesn't take away from it. Here's a photo that's just a sunrise and is absolutely beautiful, so well done. Can be done. And it's just like that. Oh, look at this though. Okay, I have a problem. I've got more than I need. So now I have to cull. So what do I take out? That's not easy. And just like that. I'm actually changing order. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we have here? Abstract art. This is always a good one. See, this is where it's tricky because it's a photo of someone else's sculpture. So I do accept that, but it needs to be incorporated into a photograph somehow. This is fantastic. I have no idea what it is, but it's certainly abstract art. It's great. So straight away, so that's a photo made from something. Also, don't know what that is, but I love it. It's quite interesting. I mean, it has been seen and captured. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and I'm just picking a highly commended. I'm just going to take out the other people's art. This is an unusual photo, but it's highly commended. Okay, we walk over for portrait, and how's this? Captured. Wow. What a category. Portrait including family, etc. Wow. Can you enter more than 1 year in a row, the same photo?
No, not supposed to.
Because this looks familiar.
He hasn't won a prize. Yes, I know, it's been 2 or 3 years.
This exact photo?
I think.
Or just this
I think
guy?
His exact one last year, and the 1 year before that, they
And
actually won a prize with a different one, the same drawing,
Same guy.
but different one.
Trouble is, we can't really get into that because we have to assume that people's integrity is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do they know?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
They do
And
know.
if they enter a lot, they know.
The-
And they don't. Normally, people don't cheat.
The problem is the other people will know that didn't win. Yeah, of course, is
They've
the
been in there, but
Right.
usually they can't prove. I mean,
Yeah.
you just don't know.
It's the same in every
Photos,
photograph, yeah.
You just don't know.
You just don't know. So I need to just judge it on its photographic merit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love this too. You know, some people earn their living. There's them right there. Amazing, amazing category. And I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. The cropping's a little bit weird, but it's a great subject. This is so dark, but it does work. I'm going to give a great tip on ratios and how to crop a photo correctly at the end of this video.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
going.
what people love.
Yeah, it's going next level. I just recently learned it. I sort of was always aware of it, but we'll talk about how to really make a photo amazing. See, this breaks it. It doesn't quite work. It hasn't got the flow that we want. Okay, so now I'm going to judge them.
Taking out.
I'm just going to judge them. 1, 2. Pretty cute. It's one of the most simple photos. 3. That's pretty cute. That's okay. Dun, 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 dun. 4. Guess the theme. And the theme is, oh look at that, it's orange. So first thing I'm going to do is take out any that aren't orange enough. They're all pretty orange to be fair. Look at this. I like that. It's very simple. It's a little bit underexposed, but it's a great photo, isn't it? Look at the tui tree. Goodness gracious. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. Wow. And just like that, they won. Just for being so orange.
These ones out?
Just went out to... yes, out. Oh, the truck. Okay, 1, 2. Wow, look at the pumpkins. It's oranges. That's pretty true to theme. Has it got enough? Sorry, pumpkin takes it. 3 and dun 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 dun. What is 4? I do like this, even though it's a sunset. It's orange. Thank
It is
you.
definitely orange.
Beautiful entries. Okay, heritage is the theme. So I want to be true to heritage. Love. Straight away that wins. Doesn't have to be 3. 4 is fine. That's a great photo. So I'm looking for heritage and photographic merit. I quite like this. Just because of the interest of the subject. It's not just about the heritage, it's about a bit of interest. So that's in. Wow. You can trust a healthy baker, so she's in. Here we go. Oh, I quite like the book study. Okay, we're in, so we're 1. 1. Yeah, 1, and then loving the book study. 2. 3. Highly commended. We're on to panoramas. Neat, they've just laid the photos on top of each other. Now they need to be printed bigger, really.
Yeah. With that one, can we just check the catalogue as to what they've been told? Because one of our guys actually did a little one like that and cut it down and says, well, actually your ratios of 7:5 doesn't work with this category.
Indeed. So these look much better. So we're just going to have a look at the
Panoramic. NS size with maximum length 40
centimetres. So it's got to be
so it's
up
in
to,
there so that...
so it can be included. It is within, but it's hard for me to judge.
Yes.
And it'd be hard to present as a winning photo. That's not... Yeah, but anyway, I'm just going to go through and judge them on their photographic merit. I love the beehive. That's in. They're just too small for me, so they're out, sorry. This is interesting. It's in. I would have loved to have seen that stitched together with software. You could even photograph it again. There's all sorts of ways you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Love this, it really pops. This one could be printed a little bit lighter in the mid-range, but it's still highly commended.
This one out?
Yeah, just too close at the top. That should be included.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Buildings and structure. It's quite interesting. I like that. Very 80s Cold War style. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, they're lovely. Just a small category, but all very, very good entries. That's cute. Nice white vignette. Bit harsh.
There's
Good.
3 lots out, so.
Okay, I'll be quick. It's 1, 2, 3. Highly commended. I like that. That wins it. And straight on to portrait and family. Small category.
Black and white.
Oh, black and white, thank you. Straight away wins it. These are just a bit dark for me. Printed on Fuji. If you go to a warehouse stationery, their company policy is to not help you or edit your photos, so you need to edit before you go. Well, go see Kodak. Go see the camera shop. So 1. The reason I say that is these are a bit dark. Nice little family photo. Great studies though. So that's a 2. This needs to be printed lighter. Reprint it. Print it lighter. It's a great photo. These are good too. There are 2 ways you can take a portrait photo, without them knowing or by asking. There's no in between. Just walk up and ask. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? Portrait including family. That's a transport or machinery. Black and white. So black and white, we want good contrast. Wow, wins. Just like that. Look at that. Even though it's a cracker, even though it's Australia. So 1. Oh, I love these car studies. It's a little bit in the corner is a little bit annoying, but it still comes in second. That's interesting. 3. And 4. I just would have liked to have seen this cropped. Insect. So, I'm not going to be a stickler on whether it's an insect or not. I think they're all pretty insecty. Oh, that's good. So there's 2 ways we judge them. We either take out the ones we don't consider, or we just grab the ones we do. So just bang, bang, fantastic. This is a cracking photo, but he's a little bit soft, and it's insect, so he has to be sharp, which is a shame because it's a really good photo. Good photo, it's just the background I don't like. This is interesting. That's a good photo. Nice without that, but it's all well and good. You get to see the fly, you take the photo, don't you? Oh, look at that! Wow, it's an interesting photo. Okay, great entries. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Animal study. Oh, he's got problems with his...
These are children's ones.
Oh, this is the children's category. But funnily enough, we find children's categories seem to be quite good because they just take the photo without overthinking it. I mean, look at that. Oh. So that gives me emotion. The cat in the rabbit hutch.
Oh, thank you.
I keep going back to this. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Flower study, just 2 entries. Next year, make sure you enter this category if you're 5 to 8.
They'll come with this one.
Yeah.
Both very good. I'm going to leave it exactly like that, first and second. We've got beach, 5 to 8. It's a fun photo actually. So that wins it on fun. 1, Goat Island. 2, 3, and highly commended. This is a small category, but every photo is a cracker. That's all I have to decide. There's 4 and there's 4 prizes up, so they're all going to pace. But who's first? You decide.
Oh, we've gone on.
Goodness gracious. It's so good. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fantastic. Straight on to orange. Oh, that's great. That's just a little matchbox car. So there's 1, 2. Love the contrast of the cones. And he's wearing orange, but just like to see a bit more of a smile. 4.
Then that was just starting on the 14 to 16.
It must be lovely to receive the little certificates. A lot of work goes into it, eh?
There is, yeah.
Okay, I've just judged many categories and I'm back on videoing again. So we're age 9 to 13, animal study. So what catches my eye? That's a good one. Poor old sheep trying to find some dry matter. And we've got a cat like that, it's blind and deaf. Quite interesting. So straight away, that's how you can judge a photo. Photo competition is what caught your eye. And so it's there, there, there,
These are all done.
and that's cute. But look at that.
Those couple there.
Look at that. I mean, these are all fantastic.
Yeah, you want them to hold. They're the goodies, are they?
They're all goodies. That's the that's the tricky bit.
I thought those were the ones you were putting aside.
Yeah. The good side, not the bad side.
Okay.
And they genuinely could all get highly commended, actually. But now I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the animal study? That's a great animal study. That's a great animal study. Oh, they're so good. And so that's how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's your 3 highly commended. All 4 of these are highly commended. And we're moving around to water, age 9 to 13 again. Look at that. Doesn't matter, it's a bit bright up here. It's so well exposed. Definitely water. Oh, that's a reflection, that's interesting. Beautiful. Very good. Okay. And we judge it quick as that. Boom, boom. I like that. So 1. Very good photos. And you got your highly commendeds here. Okay, we're on to selfie, 9 to 13. That's a good photo. It's a shame it's a little bit cropped through her eye and this through here, but it's still a very good photo all the same. That's a bit of fun. Oh, that wins, just like that.
Have we got some more dots, I think, not the ladies? Have we got some more dots?
So 1, I think it comes to second anyway. 2,
Okay, we are 4 categories
3,
short.
yeah. Adults at work play. Oh, from a kid's eyes, drinking McDonald's. And then we've got any other subject. Oh, look at that. Boom. Lovely. So that wins, just like that. Like that. Look at that. It's nice. Nice bokeh. So bokeh is good blur. Not just out of focus, it's got to be nice and soft. So 2. Quite a good 2-y shot. Cat's interesting. Flowers pretty. Look at this. Definitely highly commended here. So the reason I haven't highly commended that, a little bit low resolution. Don't crop so much, leave a little bit more of your photo. That's probably the oceans meeting. It's quite an interesting photo. Look at that. Could do with a bit of yellow added, but it's still a very nice photo. And there you go. 1. I'd clone that out with Photoshop. It is in the photo, but it takes away. So it still wins, but edit that. You can use an app called Snapseed. It's free to edit photos.
There's a whole lot in here, Cheryl.
Very nice. Okay, what I'm doing now is judging judge's choice. So best overall photo and a reserve judge's choice. So a very close second. So I'll tell you, we're doing this as fair as possible. So we've taken the photos out, put them on the packet, and I'll just go through. I mean, look at that. I'm just going to go around and consider each photo. And now I'm not thinking about the theme. I'm just looking at the photographic merit of the photo. And so it's going to have to be perfect. So sometimes a photo might win and it's not perfect, but it will need to be perfect. So these are perfect images.
What number was it? Sorry. 1459.
This one won humorous but won't win overall because it's just a bit messy, but it's very fun. It's very good. So I quite like this photo, but it's just a little bit bright through here, so it can't win champion. That's fantastic, even though there's a bit of orange here, so I have to not include it because of that actually. This is it. One more to judge, okay. Well, we'll need to consider that.
Oh, it's 9 to 13.
So straight away looking at that table, the ones that pop to me are here, here, here. Oh, there's many. Here, here, here. You see? You can see how hard it can be. All very, very good. And this one also. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Okay, so there's this table here as well. The top ones. It's quite a good photo actually. This is a cracking photo. Just would like to see a little bit more horse's eyes, but still, it's about the tongues. Very good photo. That's a great photo. That's what stops it being champion. This was a great entry into the orange category, ages 9 to 13. So this is the Prince. Yeah, I keep coming back to this photo. I just love this photo. Don't know why. It just works. And you shouldn't have wires through it. You shouldn't be interrupted by all these shadows, but it's just a cute little photo. It really does. Sometimes you break all the rules. This is beautiful. And this is a very interesting photo, just the texture. Look at the textures. Just great. Like volcanic up through here. Very good texture. Great emotion in this. Making his wish. Very, very good. And that's a great composition. Right, now to decide the best. Okay, I've picked my champion images here. It's absolute cracking. So that's top overall, and I'm now going to pick second. I'm going to do that with you. Very, very hard to do. And so basically, I'm just going to show you the photos I considered and dropped off. I just keep coming back to this, but I can't choose it because of the shadow. It's just a little bit much. Maybe it could have been cropped out like this. But that was definitely up there. Same as the horse with the tongues. Need to see more eyes, even though it's about the tongues, to get reserve. So my considerations are around here. 1, so good. 2, 3, and so I've got to pick 1 overall. This one is great, and I'm not picking it because it's Sydney, but that doesn't help. That's a better photo than the Sky Tower one. It's a tricky one, isn't it? And so I'm going to pick a second overall. Sunflowers.
Sunflowers?
There you go.
Okay.
Reserve image. And that's how we judge the Kumeu show. Oh, that's what I was going to talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you about the golden ratio. So the golden ratio in photography, I'll show a little screenshot of it, but I'll try and show you a photo with a good golden ratio. Here's a good golden ratio. So it's more than the rule of thirds. So the photo should have motion. I'm just going to show you a couple more photos with a very good golden ratio here. It's got that ratio, hasn't it? You can look at that motion down into here. That's got a good golden ratio. This here has a reverse golden ratio. So I want you to think about your photos. Also, great golden ratio. Have a think about the golden ratio when you're doing your photos. Did my top photo have golden ratio? Yes, it did. So look at that. So you've got this ratio here. So it's more than the rule of thirds. That's why photos win. They have a good balance and a good composition. So when you're taking your photos, have a think about the golden ratio. Has it got that motion into your subject? And thanks for coming along on the journey.